and they just invited me right in. They had me cooking, going out, looking for berries, and they were showing me their watermelon patches.
Moro perivi. That's hello in Ochi Himba. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Today is the second day of our two-part interview with Kaisa Ngombe, who was my amazing Himba guide when I was in Namibia. And today she'll talk to us about what it's like to visit with the Himba as tourists, and she'll even teach us a few words in her native language. So we mentioned last time the Himba are an indigenous group that really pride themselves on maintaining their traditional ways of life far removed from modern day society. The women are famous for covering their bodies in oatjize, which is a combination of butter and ochre, and it protects their skin from the harsh desert environment, and it gives it this really unique orange glow. So today we'll talk about tourism in Namibia and what it was like visiting the Himba with Kaisa a couple of years ago. So because of COVID, travel and tourism to Namibia has really slowed, but things are finally starting to open up, which is super exciting because Namibia is such a wonderful place to visit and the Himba are such an incredible group to visit with. I've left Kaisa's contact information below in the comment section, so whenever you do take that trip to Namibia, definitely reach out to her. Although she's not based in Namibia any longer, she's living in Germany now, she still has a number of contacts in Namibia who can hook you guys up with a great tour guide to go visit the Himba. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the interview and get to learn something new about one of the most unique cultures on Earth.
So the tourism industry in Namibia, that used to really be one of the main industries that drove the economy. And now it's essentially stopped altogether with the onset of the COVID pandemic. And so what are the Himba doing to maintain their way of life? I mean, they used to rely on Western tourists.
Now, for the moment, they are also struggling because they are not tourists, but they're still trying their best to live their back to the roots. Before they were no tourists. Now they are living just a normal traditional life with no tourists.
Do you think that with the lack of tourism, that the Himba will become more accustomed to living alone again, and they will not have a need for tourists in the future? Do you think they might actually not want tourists to visit anymore?
There are people who like people, they are very friendly, they welcome anybody, they can still live their traditional without tourists, but they like people. When the tourists are coming, even after how many years, they'll still like the tourists. They are treating all the guests the same. If it's a Himba guest, which is coming to visit me, or European guest, which is coming to visit me, they are treating them all the same.
That was one thing that I remember just finding so amazing, was how welcoming the Himba were. We went to a couple different villages, and in each one, they were just so warm and so welcoming, and they just invited me right in. They had me cooking. I was helping cook, going out, looking for berries, and they were showing me their watermelon patches. I remember we got some watermelon, and we stayed over for a couple of nights. There was one evening, I think it was a full moon actually, and the children were going out to dance, and they
yes,
said,
I remember that.
Let's go. And they invited me out, and we were in this sort of prairie areas, kind of flat and under the trees, and it was just this full moon and this beautiful dance, and they were just creating this live music. It was one of my favorite experiences. It was so cool, and they were just treating me like one of the group.
Yes, they welcome everybody the same. They cannot do like she's a tourist and we need to treat her special. No, they treat everybody equals. They just like people. We like people. I'm a Himba. We like just people. Right. Yeah, friendly. This is Himbas.
At what point did you decide, hey, I want to be a tour guide. I want to be an interpreter. How did that happen?
Before I decided to be a tour guide, my aunt, Queen Elizabeth, she's a guide until now. So she used to do her tour guides, and I'm always used to go with her when she's going to, most of the time when I'm not in school, then she used to take me with when she's explaining everything, I'm always with her. And this is my culture. I know everything. Then I decided like, I can speak English. Why should I not just try to, let me try. One day she was in a village with another tour and there was a next tour coming. Then I have to take care of this next tour. Then I started taking her tours when she's fully booked. I like the job. I like traveling. I like going to different places, different villages. Then I just started, okay, I'll be a tour guide.
Yeah. And tell me, Queen Elizabeth, that is an amazing name. Was she a ceremonial leader? How did she get the name Queen Elizabeth?
The name she was given because of her good English. She had a tour from UK, and this the guide is always used to call, you have a nice English. Oh, they call her Queen Elizabeth. You are a queen, Queen Elizabeth. Her name is Uvatera, not Queen Elizabeth. This is her traditional name.
What's her traditional name?
Uvatera.
Uvatera. Okay, Uvatera.
Yes.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful name.
I was always used to say, Auntie, when she's going, Auntie, can you take me with? Yes, come.
So it's like a love for your own culture, but also for other cultures, and you get to share in this, communication between different groups.
Because we have quick tours, like for a day and come back. There are overnight tours. So overnight tour, you learn a lot of different cultures, because the people, the Himba and the tourists, they sit around the fires. Then you ask, oh, you're from where? I'm from USA. How is the life? They explain the life. They explain, but when it's a quick tours, it's only the tourists who learn everything from the guide, but the Himba, they don't have time to ask the tourists.
Why should tourists continue to visit Namibia once we can travel again?
In Namibia, we have the Himbas, traditional culture, which is there. And we also have other tribes, but the Himba, they are tourism attraction, put it in this way. And the second things, we have Etosha National Park, where there are a lot of different animals. The tourists, they like to see different animals, because in a lot of countries, there are no animals which are in Namibia, for example. And as well, we have Opuwo Falls, which is always flowing. I think the tourists, they can still come. Namibia is so beautiful. Kate, you know it, you experience it.
It is so beautiful that I have a photograph of Sosuvli that I took right there. It's in my apartment. I love Namibia, and you're gonna laugh when you see this. I made some candles out of sand I took from Sosuvli.
Oh, that's beautiful. Wow.
Cool, right? I know.
The memory, you got the memory. That's a memory you never forget.
That's the memory.
It's also beautiful. It's really, Namibia is having different landscape. Everywhere you go, you see a different landscape with a different feelings and environment, everything,
And as you said, you've got the culture, you've got, if you want to visit the Himba, or still living in a very traditional way that you don't find anywhere else in the world. It's unique. And you have this beautiful landscape with a variety of different types of animals.
Yes.
And everyone is super friendly. You could pick one thing that's your favorite thing about Namibia. What would it be?
Oh, my favorite things about Namibia is the people. The people. They are very friendly. They are very welcoming. And it's also one of the, Namibia is a safe country. Not a lot of crimes. So I like that our people, Namibian people, and the traditional, the Himba culture. Any tourists who want to visit Namibia, they are welcome. They can go and visit. Queen Elizabeth, she's still working as a guide. And also my brother, he's also working as a guide.
For all those watching, we've got Kaisa's contact information below. And so when you are able to travel again, make Namibia your destination. Reach out to Kaisa and she will put you in contact with some of the best tour guides in Namibia, so you guys can have an amazing experience visiting the Himba of Opuwo and the surrounding areas, because it's like no other experience that you're ever going to have. It's cool, it's fun, it's 100% authentic, and it's hard to find adventure like that in anywhere in the world. It's one of a kind, really.
Thank you, Kate. Thank you very much. I hope the people, they contact me.
Thank you so much.
And experience the same like you. They are welcome to Namibia. Everybody's welcome.
Well, I can't wait to go back. Thank you so much for joining. It was so fun to see you again. Before we go, so for anyone going to Namibia and who's going to go to a Himba village, it's good for them to know a couple of words. So teach me hello.
Hello, Moro.
Moro. Moro, is that right? Moro.
Yeah. How are you? Perivi.
Perivi. Okay.
Nawa. Fine.
Nawa.
There's one more word which is very important, which is they are always saying. Okuhepa. Okuhepa means thank you.
So I get to the Himba village, I say, Moro, Perivi.
Nawa.
And then later on, someone gives me a bowl of porridge and I say,
Yes.
Akuhepa.
Okuhepa.
Akuhepa.
Yes.
Okay. I'm ready for Namibia now, ready for the Himba towns and villages.
All right, guys, that's it for today. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe at the link down below, and I will see you in the next video.